So welcome back, fellow YouTubers. This is going to be part 2 of the Prosimu T1000 build. The rig itself is finished, I mean the hardware. Now we're going to install the software and do a bit of cable management. That's part 2 of this video. You want to make it neat and tidy. It's a beautiful rig, so why not make it beautiful with a bit of cable management and stuff like that. So we'll head into that right now. As you see, the rig is finished. Really beautiful rig, really nice on the tapis. So you know I put it on a plank. Plank has 6 wheels, and in front of the plank you have all the electronics there. So I'll show you how I did that and where all the cables go. So you got your Fanatec steering wheel, which is a fabulous steering wheel, by the way. Got a lot of cables coming out of there. On the back you have 4 cables, so all of them need to be neat and tidy put down here to these cable thingies. I have no idea what you call them in English. Cable gutters, maybe? Well, I'll look it up. I put a few up and down, so it runs all the way down here. One runs to the pedal set, you can see I'm going in there, Fanatec pedals, and then the others go way down and into the body of the sim rig. And I bought myself some cable, well, desktop thingies. Again, no idea what you call them in English, but you can get them in a DIY store, and you just bore a hole into there. Your cables go through it. So this is the first actuator, top right hand one. They all got 2 cables, one for power, the other for directing the way it goes. So that's neat and tidy when you put the things in there like that. Leave some space, because this actuator is going to go up and down, and you need some room for the cable to like move. I'm not sure if I'm going to put like something on both cables, so you only see one, like another cable management thing. I'll show you later what I have. So that's the sideways actuator, goes underneath as well, so you don't see a lot of cables. You see my feet end here, no cables up there, nowhere to be seen, so it has to be neat and tidy. The back you see loads of cables, but that's from my second PC, from my Vive. So that's the Vive Pro, by the way. So the left actuator goes in there as well, and the whole thing lifts up, and I'll show you how I did that. There's only one cable coming out of the sim rig, and that's this one. Well, it's not really one cable, it's like a gutter with several cables inside. It's a good system. You can buy them in the DIY store as well. So it keeps it neat and tidy. It goes all the way down to the other room where my PC is. So this PC over here is going to be my other sim rig PC, and the PC for this rig is on the other room. So I'll lift this up and I'll show you how this works. So you can lift this whole thing up. It's pretty heavy because all the electronics are underneath there. I'll take the camera and give it a better view. So everything you need is underneath here. So you got, I sprayed it a little bit black, unfortunately. Yeah, too eager with my paint. So this is the control box with the 3 USB cables coming out. They go to your PC, so you got 3 USBs. The other side goes to this junction box here, this one here, where you see the 3 yellow thingies. And you also got 2 LEDs that are lit up. That means the thing is working. On the left hand side, you see the power. So you got one power cable going in there, and I'll show you where you get the power from in a minute. So then you have 3 metal objects here. 1, 2, 3, and the other one's here. And these control your actuators, the movement up and down. So out of these boxes, you got 2 cables coming out left, 2 cables coming out on the right hand side. Show you through a picture of that as well. And the connection is pretty easy. 2 of them go to your actuator, and 2 of them go to this junction box, and that's about it. So I put this underneath here, all with tape, Velcro tape, so I can remove it when I want, because if you like stick it permanently, if something goes wrong, you know, you're literally stuck. So that's the cable management. Let's head over to the PC and install the software to get this thing running. So guys, once you got your rig installed and everything is perfect, that thing needs to move, and it won't move without software. So next step, installing the software. So you got 2 programs you need to download. One of them is Game Manager from SimTools, and the other is Game Engine. I'll put the link in front of you where you can download this software. However, this software is not free. You need to get a valid license key to download it. So it's about $70 US dollars, or about 55 euro. You can also go ahead and go on to their forum and contribute on their forum for a really long time. I think it's about 2.5 million years, and for that you get points, and once you get enough points you get the software for free. So I suggest you do that, or you can just pay for it like I did and not wait that long. So install the software. There's also a link, by the way, if you have the Prosimu, you're also going to get a link from the guys from Prosimu where you can download the whole leaflet, and you have to just take a printer and print out all the pages. It's about 24 pages of them. A big book, how to install the Prosimu T1000. Make sure to do that as well, because just this video of mine won't cut it, I think. So you got 3 cables coming out of the USB console from your Prosimu rig. First thing you need to do is go to your startup and press the right button on your mouse and go to, in my case it's in Dutch, I'm very sorry about that. Go to Management, Device Management in English, and then go to Ports, USB ports. You're gonna see if everything works out and your COM ports are working okay. You should see 3 USB ports. In my case it's 4, 5 and 6. Right click on one of them, if you right click you will go to this screen, and you will see, you need to see FTDI over here. If it says FTDI, it should be okay. Try them all, properties, FTDI, so they all should say right click properties, FTDI. If it says that, you're okay, you're in the green, and you can continue. Close that window. So you installed the software. Next thing to do is pretty simple. We're going to start up one of the programs. And my dogs are in the background fighting with each other, so never mind that. Robert and Juliet. So we'll go to the tray here. Let's start with SimTools engine. You double click it, and it automatically goes to your tray here in the bottom. There we go. You won't see the car in your version. I put that car there. I can show you how to do that later, but it's not really important now. So first thing you do is go to interface settings. That is this page. You will see interface 1, interface 2, interface 3, and 4, 5, and 6. In our case, we have a 3D OF, so that means we only have the 3 interfaces that will work over here. Go to interface 1, it will turn yellow if you click on it, and there you see the COM port, output rate, and a load of other stuff. Let's go to COM port, pick one, pick your COM port 4, like in my case. Put the output rate to 10, and then the assigned axis ID, I'll put axis 3A. You have a choice between 1A, 2A, or 3A. It's all depends on what axis moves what. I will get into that later. You will know what to do later on. Just put one axis, let's say in your case axis 1A on COM port 4. Your interface type, it has to be SCN. Don't forget to put that right. Your speed is 10,000 and your acceleration is 500. That's all you need to do. So once you've got that, press save. Pardon me. Make sure to press save. If you don't, it will all go bonkers. Press save. Go to interface 2. Do the whole thing again, but instead of taking COM port 4, of course, take COM port 5. You change it to 5. Output rate stays 10. You take another axis, of course. Can't have two axes on the same COM port. So take another axis. If you took one before, then take axis 2. Set your speed and your acceleration, and your interface type is SCN. Press save again. Go to interface 3. Do the whole thing again, but take your last COM port, the 6 in my case, and take another axis. Should be 3 in your case then. So you have axis 1, 2, and 3 all assigned to a COM port. Don't forget your interface, your speed, acceleration, and press save. That's it. So you've done that pretty good. So next thing to do is test it. Important bit, of course. So you go to output testing. Once you got an output testing, you press turn on. It will count down from 3 to 2. Wait till it does that. Yeah, and then with output type, you go to axis output. This is this. Now you can move this slider to the left or right with holding your left mouse button, and your rig should move. Axis 1 should move. Take a look at your rig if it moves or not. In my case, it does. Now, the most important bit is that axis 1 has to be the top, when you're sitting in your rig, the top right corner. That one should move. If another axis moves, you're going to have to go back to interface settings and change that axis to another COM port. Change it until when you move this, it's the top right corner that moves. Axis 2 will be the left actuator that moves, and axis 3 should be the one you're sitting on that moves. There we go. So if you test it down all and it works, turn it off, it will count back down to 0 and it will turn off. So now you're pretty far and done a good job. You have to go to axis assignment, and that's a whole mouthful here. Axis assignment. First thing you do in axis assignment is axis limiting. You limit the axis amount of motion. So in my leaflet here from Prosimu it says 85. I changed it to like 88. Some people say 90. Well, I took it in the middle between 85 and 90 is 88. So I changed those all to 88. Never leave them at 100. It will break your actuator on the long term. So dampen it a bit to 88. Don't forget, every time you change something, save settings. It won't do it automatically. You have to press save. So that's axis limiting. Then go to axis assignments. Next step. Now you have to fill in all this. Set your axis type to generic 2D standard. Axis 1 surge 60, axis 2A surge 60, axis 3A extra 60. Copy all that you see here and it will work perfectly. You can pause the video if you want to take a screenshot or whatever. So fill in all this and it should work fine. You can scroll this even and go to DOF4, DOF5, but I don't have that, so actually I didn't need to fill that in. Put it in anyway. So go back home, and that, my friends, is part 1 of the software installation. Your rig is now actually working, but it won't do anything with games for the moment. You need to install this guy, Game Manager, and it will go to your tray immediately as well here. So open Game Manager. That's a second program. Now you're gonna have to download another bit of stuff from the guys from xsimulator.net. Put the link in front of you now, so that's www.xsimulator.net. And you have to get some upgrades and plugins for your sim tools. So you got simtool plugin.0.zip you have to download. So once you got that, the only thing you have to do is go down here, your start menu, and scroll down where you see the sim tools. Have a look here. Here we go, sim tools. And then you need sim tool plugin updater. Click on that. Oh, game engine is running, so I have to close game engine first. I have to really close them down and exit. So you exit both of them and start all over. Sim tools. There we go. So we got this sim tools plugin updater. So the file you downloaded from the guys from xsimulator.net, and zip file you drag and drop. I'm just going to take any file from here. Like, you take that file, you drag it with your left mouse key and drop it in there. Won't do that with your Assetto Corsa, of course. It's just that you know how to drag and drop, but I'm pretty sure you know that. So you drag and drop it in here in your plugin update, and normally if you've done that, it should say game plugin installed, installation complete. So then you can exit SimTool plugin updater by clicking across. Yep. And then you have to start game engine again, and it goes to your tray immediately, which it always does, which is actually a bit annoying, but there we go. Then you can go to axis assignment, and you should see your games in there, and you can choose your game list. You can choose like Assetto Corsa and load Assetto Corsa, and that should work perfectly. So technically you are almost done. We'll start game engine, no, not game engine, SimTool Manager, back to the tray, So then you have to like patch your game. You choose a game, Assetto Corsa, and you press patch. In my case, Assetto Corsa is already patched, but you click on patch game and it will say game patched. That's all you have to do, and that's it. You step in a sim, you start your Steam VR, in my case because I'm working with a VR helmet. I start Steam VR. Once Steam VR is started, I start Assetto Corsa, and you can go on racing. That should be it, guys. There's actually a lot more to it. You can manipulate and change a lot of things on this here. Certainly in Game Manager. I won't go into that for now. That's really specialized stuff. I won't be boring you with that. But now you should at least get your rig to work. I hope you have fun, and I hope you enjoyed this probably boring video. If you don't have a rig, it's probably going to be boring as hell. If you do have a rig, or you want to buy one, now you have an idea how it works and how to go ahead with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it took so long to make this video because I lost all my footage with a stupid thing I did with my camera. I had to start it over again, but anyway, it's here now. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos. Bye for now.